What's up, everybody? I want to tell you about Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor by Spotify, it's one of the easiest ways to make a podcast with everything you need all in one place. Let me explain. Anchor has tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. When hosting Anchor on Anchor, you can distribute your podcast on listening platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and more. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. And best of all, Anchor is totally free. So download Anchor, the app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. And I'm a veteran, so let's hear some more military cadences. What's up, family? Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I did. I ate way too much. My indigestion was definitely paying for it. So if you hear my breathing be labored, it is because of that. Let's get into some football scores here. We had the Jaguars beat the Jets 19-3. The Ravens beat the Falcons 17-9. The Panthers beat the Lions 37-23. The Chiefs beat the Seahawks 24-10. The Saints beat the Browns 17-10. The Bengals beat the Patriots 22-18. The Vikings beat the Giants 27-24. The Bills beat the Bears 35-13. The Texans beat the Titans 19-14. The 49ers beat the Commanders 37-20. The Cowboys beat the Eagles 40-34. The Steelers beat the Raiders 13-10. The Packers beat the Dolphins 26-20. The Rams beat the Broncos 51-14. The Buccaneers beat the Cardinals 19-16. And the Chargers beat the Colts 20-3. So that is where we are at so far. That was the playoffs. It doesn't really mean a lot yet, but yeah, that is what happened today. Let's see what is going on in the world that happened over this three-day weekend. The biggest thing that happened this weekend was Buffalo, New York, man. They got hit pretty hard with the storm. They have had over 50 people die there due to the storm. It's pretty wild and sad that they couldn't get to a lot of people there. Let me see. I wanted to go to that story. But they had there was a lot of people in the home, outside in tents. Even Japan got hit with heavy snow. At least 17 dead in Japan and injured dozens there. So everybody's kind of getting hit with a pretty bad storm that's going on. Abbott dropped off migrants in front of Kamala Harris's home on Christmas Eve, which it was freezing. A lot of them didn't have coats or jackets on. Not really. I mean, I thought at first it was whatever, but to continuously do that is just kind of wild. I'm not understanding the point that he's trying to make. Mega Millions jackpot jumps to $565 million. So this is the 6th largest jackpot in this game's history. We'll see if it is another hoax like last time, because last time, something weird went on and it just out of the blue picked a winner, and the numbers, it was just something freakishly weird that happened that, yeah, we'll see if it shakes out this time, because last time it was just a bunch of weirdness. Let's see what else went on. Amazon has a $5 Thank My Driver program. So when a customer says, Alexa, thank my driver into the device, the driver will receive $5. So if you want to do that for the drivers, that's how you can do it. YouTube is going to get the NFL Sunday Ticket next year. So that is a shakeup for a lot of people. The Vatican has defrocked an anti-abortion U.S. priest for what is said that there were blasphemous communications on social media, as well as persistent disobedience of his bishop, who repeatedly told him to stop his partisan activism for President Trump. So he got defrocked. As I stated earlier, families in Western New York are scrambling to find food, medicine, and other essentials after a historic blizzard blocked roads, cut off electricity, forcing many major supermarkets and pharmacies to close. And I did see some things on there where people were even having a result to looting because they couldn't get inside a store. So everybody was pretty much hit hard in Mississippi. Broken pipes leave thousands of residents in Jackson, Mississippi without running water. You know, Mississippi already had the water problem, but they are back again under that after already returning pressure from their already frail system. Broncos fired their first-year head coach, Nathaniel Hackett. You know, a lot of people were blaming Russell Wilson, but it's always a coaching issue as well. As I stated, with the blizzard in New York, it's actually 55 people. So check on people out there. It's hard. I mean, when those storms are coming, I think that a lot of people probably don't think it's going to be as bad because the weather people are sometimes so inconsistent with their reporting. But just brace yourself for next time. It's kind of wild. Airlines have canceled more than 17,000 flights since Wednesday. So that is always fun. I watched this prequel to The Witcher called Blood Origin. It seems to have forgotten what made the original Witcher such a effective escapist retreat. They said it was unnecessarily violent. I watched it. I fell asleep on this. I couldn't really tell you what happened. Mall of America had a shooting. A 19-year-old was fatally shot there inside of the store on Christmas Eve, which is terrible. China currently requires people entering the country to quarantine for 5 days at a government supervised facility and 3 more days at a home. That policy will end on January 8th. Incendiary devices were found in a Jehovah's Witnesses hall in Colorado following the apparent murder-suicide of a married couple. So that was strange. I glanced at that and I was wondering what was going on. So an adult female was shot and killed by an adult male who then shot and killed himself, said in a statement on Sunday. Police in Thornton, which is about 10 miles from Denver, said the two were former members of the congregation. Officers were originally called to the scene after reports of a fire. The devices were rendered safe, adding there were no additional suspects. No other people were injured as a result of the incident. The Adams County Coroner's Office will release the identities of those killed later. This kind of violence is always shocking, but particularly on Christmas Day. So they have not said what was going on with that, but that is a very, very strange story. Don't know why. Don't know why that, they picked that day and picked to do that there, but very strange. Let's see. So strep is going around, so be careful. I know I've been stocking up on my essential oils and all that because, man, it's real out here. 4 electricity substations in Tacoma, Washington have been attacked, affecting thousands of customers. So, there was one in, I want to say North Carolina or one of those places over there that had been attacked. But once again, there's an attack that was happened on another substation, which is not great, especially during the winter time. Let's see what else, because I got some story time, so I'm going to get into that, because we can just go on and on and on with these sad news stories. But I think we're going to go ahead and jump into our story time and get out of the sad news. Let's get over here, see what's going on.
America's two largest pharmacy chains, CVS and Walgreens, will pay more than $10 billion to states and local governments to settle lawsuits. The companies were accused of helping to fuel the opioid crisis by failing to properly oversee how the drugs were dispensed.
So CVS and Walgreens are about to pay some money contributing to the opioid crisis.
Chicago serial killer strikes again, man. Let's go. Before we get into it, if you're hungry, DoorDash on me. It's in the bio. Go get it while it's busting. So yesterday morning, if I'm not mistaken, they pulled a body from Lake Michigan. This body was identified as the missing Northwestern University student. Peter was last seen leaving a party early Sunday in Lincoln Park. So I believe yesterday morning or the day before that, he was found. And the crazy thing is, this is the second body in December that's been pulled from Lake Michigan. Earlier this year, it was real bad. I'm talking about they pulled like 5 bodies from Lake Michigan. Literally found 3 of those bodies within 2 days. And the other 2 came like literally a day or 2 after that. And it was like rumored on social media that they pulled like a 6th body from Lake Michigan. But there was no article confirming it, so I don't know how true that is or not. But Chicago, man, y'all gotta be safe, man. It's definitely somebody out here doing this to these people. And the crazy shit all about this is that all the bodies was found in damn near the same area. Some bodies was found 30 minutes down the road, but that shit's still like the same area. Crazy.
So yeah, and I haven't heard anything about that. So be careful out there, guys. It is real. So, Diddy and this whole, what happened to his, the mother of his twins, and people were saying there was a book that she was working on. So let's get into this and see what we think. Because, I always think Diddy's sketchy, but let's go.
My love, good morning. I tried calling you back last night, but I figured you were knocked out by the time I tried to contact you. But I wanted to let you know that Kim Porter's book is finally in progress and will be released in blank of blank. I met with Blank this past Sunday evening, and she showed me the rough drafts that Kim sent her. When looking over the details of Kim and Diddy's relationship that will be exposed in the book, it will absolutely blow your mind. I was devastated to read the things that Kim put up with and witnessed during her relationship with Diddy. Also, some of the things in the book cover Diddy's gay relationships, footage of those encounters, the men he slept with, STDs, Diddy giving Usher an STD, and the explosive encounter between Diddy and Usher's mom, Mary J. Blige being pregnant by Diddy, and of course, she had an AB, the beatings Kim took, pushing him down the steps in 2007 and him breaking his foot. Also, how she would use a strap-on to please Diddy and how she would hysterically cry alone after doing so. How she protected Al B. Sure from running into Diddy and would call him to warn him not to show up to certain places to avoid trouble. And how she tried to put an end to Diddy by using a screw. How the East Coast and West Coast faked having beef to eliminate Biggie and Pac to obtain their masters and full-on catalog before Pac and Big were planning to come together and challenge Bad Boy and Death Row to own the rights to their music. It's just a lot. It's a lot of things that I promise not to mention, but this book will be earth-shattering once it hit the shelves. Anyways, don't forget to let me know the dates you are planning to fly out here to LA so we can accommodate your stay. And with all the threats you have been receiving, we must provide you security. I'm off that for the holidays, but I will call you when we get settled, probably around 10 p.m. your time. All right, y'all, so you guys just heard that. Now, I do want to pinpoint something because I do remember back in 2007 where Diddy did break his foot, but it was unknown what was the cause. Did he fall? Was it just a, freak accident or whatever the case may be? But it says here, P. Diddy is on the mend after having surgery to fix his broken foot. The rapper who injured himself last week underwent surgery to fix the problem, but it is not known how the accident happened. Diddy's representative said he did have routine foot surgery, but I'm not getting into the specifics. It was a scheduled operation. He's doing great and he's on the mend. The injury is not expected to affect the rap star's work schedule. and there is unlikely to be any long-term damage. Now, what I will say about this interesting dynamic is the fact that Kim Porter and Diddy broke up in November of 2007, which is the same month that it was reported that Diddy had surgery on his broken foot. So it sounds like to me that there is some truth and validity to that story. But anyway, guys, I'm so glad that Kim Porter's story will not go unheard. Even though she's not here with us, I'm glad that she still gets an opportunity to expose the low vibrational shit that Diddy has been on for almost his entire life. But good folks, I'm gonna draw the line right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this whole particular situation. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next, when Diddy took Kim to St. Tropez to confront her about sleeping with Shakir Stewart, wasn't the first time he put paws on her. Now, another dynamic and interesting thing that the stylist conveyed to me is the fact that this particular stylist says they have information and recording that Diddy actually purchased a 24-karat gold casket a month before Kim Porter passed away. Now, it was also told to me by the stylist that Kim had told them that Diddy has slept with Clive Davis on multiple occasions. Like it was a reoccurring thing, the two of them would hook up often. Now, this particular portion of the story is a little bit crazy to me, but again, it's not above the realm of possibility when you take into account who we are talking about. Now, it was told to me that Usher's mom confronted Diddy about allegedly being intimate with Usher when he was only 1'4". And there's a reason why I'm saying it that way, but I believe you guys are smart enough to read between the lines. Now, if you guys remember, I didn't go and search for the video before I did this video, whatever the case may be, but it's not hard to find. I did a video in regards to the relationship between Usher and Diddy about a couple years ago or 3 years ago or whatever the case may be. So I remember, you know, being told that there was an intimate relationship there, but I didn't know that Kim Porter, this is what the stylist has told me, had, you know, footage or had some type of recording of Diddy and Usher being intimate when Usher was just 1'4". I didn't know that detail. I didn't express that detail in my previous video in regards to that situation because I did not know, but this is what the stylist is telling me. Now, of course, I did ask the question because I needed to connect the dots here because it just didn't sound right, because I believe that Diddy and Usher, they were already working together musically, right, and intimately, allegedly, before he even met Kim Porter. So again, my question to the stylist, how did Kim Porter obtain this footage? Because when she met Usher, Usher had to be about 18. Me and Usher are around the same age, so it was no way in the hell she could have had access to that footage. Well, the stylist said she don't know how Kim got it, but Kim said that she did have the footage on a USB drive or whatever the case may be. Now, let's remember when Kim Porter passed away, the house was robbed of 2 laptops. And so in my mind, that lets me know right there that there was some type of information and video footage that they were trying to retrieve before it was exposed to the public. Now, it's also been said to me that Kim Porter got tired of doing Diddy. Well, you asked the question, what do you mean by doing Diddy? Well, Diddy requested Kim to use a strap-on. And you guys know what that is. I don't need to go any further into detail. Now, let me go ahead and put this out because I said that I was going to expose this particular individual if they didn't respond to me in the time that I gave them. Because at the end of the day, I think it's a travesty that they haven't spoke out. Kamora Lee Simmons, you need to come out and speak on the behalf of your friend, Kim Porter, because that was one of your best friends and you're sitting there on information that can break this case wide open. But I know why you won't come out and say anything, because it has something to do with your ex-husband, you know, and things of that nature, and it will further incriminate him and also incriminate you, because there's some things about you that are particularly shady that I've heard that has went down. It's not all your fault. You were dealing with the beast in Russell Simmons, and a lot of things that, you know, happened, you were just present for, along for the ride. But at the end of the day, you could be an accessory to the fact of some of the things that went down with your husband. So I understand the fact that you don't want to touch this whole Kim Porter thing, because it would open up Pandora's box, and you don't want to be the catalyst of sinking the ship, the entire ship, so to speak. So I get it. But guys, last but not least, I do want to convey this to you. The stylist has conveyed to me that they're basically on the run and that they're in the process of changing their name. They also said that they came home and found that their door had been kicked in and that their house had been ransacked and things of that nature. Windows was broken, and it looked like it was an intimidation tactic. And so she just feared for her life and her family's life because she has kids and things of that nature, and they just picked up and moved. You know what I'm saying? So this is what this particular stylist is telling me, and they are adamant about putting this book out. And once the book is released or whatever the case may be, they said that whatever happens to them after the book is out is whatever happens. Like, it is what it is. Because at the end of the day, you know, Kim was a friend. And, you know, it wasn't just a stylist and friend relationship. They were friends, basically. And they just feel so terribly sad and bad that no one has stuck up for Kim Porter that has the same information that they have. But anyway, I'm going to let this slide right here. I want you guys to drop down and let me know what you think about this.
So this is from Niche the Leo hairstylist on TikTok. And, you know, this is all alleged, of course, but I don't know. Release the book already. We've been hearing so many things about Diddy and his flock of women that he continues to have. And, you know, he's sketchy, period, in my opinion. He will always be. Ever since the whole Biggie thing, I've never trusted Diddy, even from making the band. All his artists, none of them have never really did nothing with their careers. So I'm just waiting on this book and this Surviving Diddy to come out, because I know it's coming out. Like, come on, it's like too late now. Like, come on. I mean, even you got Aubrey O'Day and Danny D. Kane saying stuff about him. So it's so many people. It's kind of like, it's so many people that say stuff about him. It's kind of weird that nobody, you know, I get it. He got money and connections, but let's just get into it already. Let's go to the next one.
One morning last week, my husband woke me up at 6:15 and said, "I want to take the dog for a walk. Come with me." I said, "No, it's too early. It's dark and cold. I'm not going." And there was a brief moment where I thought about going, and I said, "No, it's freezing. I'm going back to bed." At 7:51, my phone rang, and it was the police. They said, "There's been an incident involving your husband." I was shocked. I wanted to know what happened. They said, "We'll be at your house in a couple minutes." A couple minutes later, patrol car rolls up in front of the house. Officer gets out with my dog, and my husband's not with her. And at that moment, I knew something had happened. Officer told me, "Your husband was found unconscious in the park. He's being rushed to the emergency room. EMT was there. I have never rushed out of the house so fast to get to the emergency room." My husband was found without a pulse and without breathing. EMT was able to restore some sort of pulse, and now he was in a coma in the ER. I was in a state of shock. My husband has always been very healthy, athletic. What happened? And the ER doc pulled me aside and said, "Your husband has suffered what's known as it's a type of VFib, heart arrhythmia." And this was pretty serious. She said, "Call the family. I'm very, very worried." The biggest problem is no one knows how long he was down. Apparently, our dog was barking hysterically, trying to help, attract attention, and a passerby finally did call 911. So my husband was in a deep coma. They did everything they could, and my husband has never come out of that coma. After several days trying everything medically, emotionally, spiritually, humanly possible in the critical care unit, ICU, they said, "He's not going to make it. There's too much brain damage." Life has suddenly tilted. So now it's a hospice situation. Your brain can't go that long without oxygen. It's a horrible situation. He's in hospice now, and we don't expect it to be much longer. My point is this: life is short. Don't waste your time doing things that don't bring you joy, meaning. I'm not saying it's easy to get there, but don't give up. And yes, on one hand, it can feel like you've got all the time in the world. We are infinite beings, right? And at the same time, we are also finite in our time here on Earth. What are you spending your time doing? He was just taking the dog out for a walk. There was no warning whatsoever. He loved walking Rudy. Do the things that feed you every day. Don't put them off thinking someday you may not get another day. Things happen, often without warning. I am so blessed that I had an amazing marriage and life partner. Now I'm going through the most difficult stuff I've ever had to deal with. Honor your life. Relationships matter. Live fully.
Condolences to her. I am wondering if she regret not taking that walk, because I really couldn't tell when she said do things that make you happy, because she never did say she didn't regret taking that walk. But that's just how twisted my mind is. Forgive me. My condolences to her, but I just do wonder, like, do you regret not taking that walk, or do you not? I don't know. We'll never know. But rest in peace to her husband, and hopefully Rudy is fine. That's the dog.
He proposed after 10 years. And this happens.
I ain't gonna record you, because that's up. Like, I just proposed to my girl.
10 years.
We've been together.
10 years.
Yeah, we've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking at it.
In the car, you ain't putting no
thought into it. You ain't take me out to dinner, nothing. No type of little setup, bro. Flowers, nothing. Just this.
But
Crystal, after 10 years.
Crystal.
No.
You said you wanted to be married.
I don't want to.
I went out and bought this ring.
5 years ago. I don't want that shit. Now I take you another 5 years to both of me. No, I don't want.
What you mean? So 10 years? Look, 10 years for me. That tells me I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
It don't take you 10 years.
People true colors. People true colors don't be coming. Like I gotta see your true colors. It do take people 10 years. Everybody not the same. Like I don't get it. What you talking about? Like so. You really don't want to. You don't want to marry me.
You know what? I'm gonna pack my shit.
So you finna break up with me because I got you a ring 10 years later?
What type of thought is this? We in the car.
What you mean we in the car? Like it don't matter where you get proposed to, as long as you get proposed to.
I don't want that shit. Can you stop recording me?
I'm not gonna stop recording because you're unappreciative, and I want to show the world how unappreciative my girl is. Like, I don't understand right now. Like, you got a whole... Like, you know how much I spent on this ring? And you complain about where I proposed to you at?
So, what happened was he proposed to his girlfriend after 10 years, and she didn't want it because it's been 10 years. And, yeah, he did it in a car. What do y'all think? I think I agree with her. Like... I don't want no car proposal, number one. Number two, I'm sure sis is tired after 10 years. So, y'all been going this long. Either come correct and do it correctly because she's patiently been with you that long. And maybe she might take it. But I'm with her. Like, it's been 10 years. Like, she's over it at this point.
So whoever said that fucking with fat niggas was the thing to do? Count your fucking days, bitch. Them niggas don't do nothing but put the eat and cheat. Nigga got a stomach full of lies. I just got done dirty by a fat nigga.
Not the eat and cheat. That was so funny to me. I could not. The eat and cheat.
Camera video shows the moments authorities pulled over this truck and trailer in Flagstaff. The reason why?
Saw fingers poking out of the trailer.
With guns drawn, they opened the doors.
See the hands!
Finding 3 young girls.
How old are you? 14. How old are you? 11? How old are you? 12?
Also inside the trailer, a couch, camping chairs, and a makeshift toilet. When they tried questioning the girls, this woman in the maroon dress stepped in.
Basically telling them all.
Then one of the officers noticed.
A 14-year-old, she had a ring on her finger, on her ring finger. They've all kind of like hidden those. I mean, we know what's going on.
Police say the person driving the truck is this man, Samuel Bateman. Court documents claim Bateman is a self-proclaimed prophet, part of the polygamous group with the FLDS. Investigators say Bateman has dozens of followers and more than 20 wives, many of them underage. He's also accused of sexually abusing multiple girls, trafficking them across state lines.
As you can see, it's a pretty serious deal here, sir.
Police tried to question him about the trailer.
How many other people in the truck?
But Bateman refuses to answer.
How many other people are in the truck?
When another officer tries,
explain to me what's going on. Calm down first.
Bateman was eventually arrested.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
After some pushback.
So you're under arrest for a case, okay?
The next day he made bail, but was arrested again on federal charges in Colorado City, Arizona, at his encampment. Arizona authorities taking in 8 young girls found there, all said to be Bateman's wives. But while Bateman was behind bars, the FBI says he was still in contact with his followers, asking his other wives to break the girls out of Valley Group homes. They were successful, making it all the way to Spokane, Washington, before the girls and the 3 wives accused of taking them were found at an Airbnb.
That's just wild. And so he's currently in prison, and it's going to take a lot of, I forget how they call that, deprogramming, because, yeah. So this husband caught his wife in the airport with a guy going on a flight. Let's get into this here.
Hey, Nisha. Who's this?
It's my brother.
You put your hands on him, though?
Yeah, it's
Who's you, boss? who's you, boss? This my female, this my woman, bro. So what you doing here, Nisha?
This is my brother. What are you talking about?
Stop playing me. I know your fucking brother. Why you behind him?
Hey, watch out, boss. What's going on with this camera?
Bro, just first of all, just stay out what the you got going on, bro. Matter of fact, who was you? 'Cause I'm her man. Where y'all supposed to be going? You're a player, but you just keep dipping and shit. This ain't got nothing to do with you, boss. You said what? I'm saying, bro. First of all, what you blowing your fist up for, bro? So you trying to do, bro? What you trying? I'm saying, back up, bro.
Yeah, they were going on a trip via Spirit Airlines. You don't have a lot to worry about there, buddy. But yeah, that has been Hot Topics for today. Yeah, interesting. We'll see what we have for you tomorrow. You guys keep being safe. We only have exactly 4 days almost left in this year, so let's start thinking nothing but positive vibes for 2023. May the news not get any crazier, but may the hot topics get juicier. And yeah, F is for Family is signing out. You guys have an awesome day, and I'll try to be more inspirational next week. I'm still baffled. I'm still wondering if she regrets not taking that walk. That's just how crazy my mind is, though. Because sometimes I just like to stay at home. I mean, she did say do what you enjoy, and I was just trying to get what she meant out of that. And I am glad her husband got to go for a walk, but I'm just wondering if she felt like, I know, this could go on and on. I'm going to sign off. F is for Family is signing off. Goodbye.